said, this case is a difficult one. Not because the evidence is murky, but because it didn't have to happen.
Knowing it didn't have to happen makes it tough. Sametta Hayward sits across me on the bus, waiting for the stop that will leave her at a courthouse.
I look at him.
I look at her. She says,
"You go to WashU?"
"Yes." She chuckles. She says,
"I've been laughing a lot when I read y'all's newspaper these days. Irony has this undeniable way of forcing us to laugh."
On the seat next to her, our school newspaper rests. The front page reads, "Treasury funds Bristol Palin to speak on campus for $20,000. My hand drifts close to a scar on my chest. I say nothing." Her phone rings.
I don't pick it up.
On the screen, the picture of two children light up like a smile. Cute kids.
The most beautiful kids in the world. Trinity and Sean Jr. He says,
"You must be very proud."
His words are
ironic. She says,
"I am."
She never smiles.
They passed away. Heat exhaustion.
Those two words hit me like a bus. She says,
3 years ago I needed a babysitter other than the TV, and the only one I could find had something better to do.
She put her kids in the car and parked them under the tree with the biggest shadow.
I checked on them 3 times. The last time, all I saw was feet. I tried kissing them the way God does with his children, breathing into them like life is transferable more than once.
There was this moment she realized her Chevy looked like what she imagined her casket would be.
There was not enough gas left to take me over a bridge.
Babysitter money can't pay for a funeral. She took her children home, washed them, dressed them in their favorite outfits, and left them under the sink.
I took inventory of everything sharp in my house.
Sametta was charged with homicide by child abuse even before. People always said that she was a bad mother, that these were welfare babies sucking this nation dry.
Welfare doesn't have as much fairness as it seems. I work my ass off every day to be unable to feed myself. I work my ass off every damn night to be unable to feed my children.
Babysitter can be haggled down to $8 an hour.
An ambulance comes to a total of $400. The dead need neither. No one should have to choose between watching their babies for a day and feeding them for a week.
Sametta said she was stupid and didn't think. She doesn't say,
I'm sorry I live in a country where we have everything stored on shelves that I can't afford to reach.
She doesn't say,
don't you dare call my children a mistake. I already lost them once. I will not let you take them from me again.
She doesn't say,
I didn't think they would die.
No one thinks their children will die.
No one thinks that being poor is deadly and contagious. At night when I pray, I press my knuckles into my chest as hard as I can.
And I don't know if God gave her children a better life. She never says any of this. She simply says, I tried.
I look back at the picture of Bristol Palin.
Blessed be the ones who never have to say so much in 2 words. The ones who will never be known as a hood rat. Welfare baby. The ones who can feed off their mothers.
Feed off their babies. Feed off their colors.
A friend once told me she believed in the undeniable fairness of law.
But how can law be fair when money isn't?
But Sametta is forced to choose between a slow death and heat exhaustion.
When a mother is only as good as her paycheck, $20,000 is a high price for irony.
Bristol, WashU, tell me what's fair here. I wanted you to know that one speech from Bristol could have paid her children's food for a year. Must be nice.